Mice at Center Ice, Chapter 4, Shinny. Before practice that night, Benny tacked a sign over the knothole in the snack bar. Wanted. Mouse hockey players for the Mouse Hockey League. Practice tomorrow at 1 a.m. sharp. There, he said to Figaro and Peppy. That should bring in some good players. I'll put that in the Mouse Hockey News, said a female voice behind him. Benny turned. It was Anne-Marie, one of the 3 white mice who lived up in the broadcast booth. Rafaela, the artist, and Mizzy Mouse, the announcer who broadcast the MHL games, were with her. We've been watching you practice, said Rafaela. She had sketched Figaro's profile on a scrap of paper, trying to find his good side. I can't wait to broadcast the game, said Mizzy Mouse, as she pirouetted on the ice. The more publicity, the better, said Benny. You can stay and practice with us if you want, Peppy said to Mizzy Mouse. Our pleasure, said Figaro with a sweeping bow. Thanks, said one of the white mice, but we're too busy. We have a paper to put out. See you at the game, said Anne-Marie. She left a copy of the Mouse Hockey News for Benny, Figaro, and Peppy to read. Now, let's practice before bed, said Benny, when the 3 white mice had gone back to the broadcast booth. We don't want to get too sluggish. They went to fetch their equipment and then hurried to the ice. Peppy pulled his goalie mask over his face until only his eyes, nose, and mouth showed. The mask had been made from the finger of a moth-eaten woolen glove. Benny would rather play shinny than anything else in the world. He loved the mad scrambles for the puck with no holds barred. He loved the feel of the puck cradled against his stick as he broke away and sped across the ice. He loved the wind against his ears and the wild feeling of triumph as he decked Peppy to the right or to the left before sliding the puck into the net right under his nose. In shinny, it was each mouse for himself, and let the best mouse win. Benny pulled on red plastic skates with gold safety pin blades. Then came his shining silver helmet made from the tip of a Panatella cigar case. The 3 mice wore matching red, blue, and white sweaters. They stepped out onto the ice for the warm-up and skated around in circles to get the feel of the ice. The ice is slow tonight, Benny said. He dulled his blades on the boards, then marked out their own regulation-size rink. Peppy skated back and forth and scraped the ice in the goal with his skates. Benny inspected his own teammates. Look at your hockey sticks, he said. They're a disgrace. Popsicle sticks taped together. But, Captain, Figaro protested, this is my lucky stick. It's got a good lie. Who's got the puck? Benny asked. He glared at them. Where is that piece of licorice stick we used the last game? Peppy shifted from one foot to another. I think Peppy has something to tell you, said Figaro. Well, out with it, Benny demanded. I ate it, Peppy said miserably. He stared down at the ice and chipped it at it with his stick. I was hungry this morning. Ate the puck? Screamed Benny at Benny the Bullet. Have you no respect? Figaro took off in search of another puck. Tordidora! Don't spit on the floor, he sang as he skated. Use the cupisidor. For what it's for, Figaro skated back with a few moments later with a black button. Benny tested the button against his stick blade and nodded grungily. Should be rubber, he muttered, or licorice. Figaro placed the new puck in the small red circle within the face-off zone. First we'll practice rushes. And Benny, one-on-one, try to get around me and nail me first. I'll try and nail you, too. Let's go. Figaro leaned forward, his stick across his knees, waiting. Benny broke loose with the puck and streaked across the ice. Figaro took after him and headed him off. He poked and stabbed at the puck. Benny's stick handled around him. A breakaway! Figaro charged from behind. He sprawled full length on the ice, poked his stick in front of Benny, and knocked the puck away. Benny tripped over the stick and belly-flopped on the ice. The puck dribbled towards the net slowly. Pepe stepped out and kicked it away. Benny and Figaro skidded into the goalpost head first. They hit the corner of the net full speed. Benny struggled to get to his feet and shook his head. "You can't do that, Figaro," he screamed. "Why not?" answered Figaro. "Tripping," snapped Benny the Bullet. "That's why." "I just saw one of the players do it tonight," said Figaro. "He got away with it." Benny leaned on his stick. "That's because the NHL referees are just about blind," he explained. "Didn't you hear the crowd chant 'Three blind mice'? Our officials in the Mouse Hockey League are sharp. We won't be able to get away with anything. They'll call it as they see it." The mice practiced a few more rushes, dekes, and slap shots from the blue line. The Forum was quiet, except for the scraping sounds of blades on the ice and the swish of the button as it skimmed towards the net. Benny felt his muscles begin to ache. It was a good feeling. He and the other mice needed a few more shots on goal before they could be ready for the MHL. Suddenly, loud laughter sounded from the seating section. Benny looked up into the empty stands, but the stands weren't quite empty. Big Boris and 3 other rink rats sprawled in the box seats, eating a banana and cleaning out the bottoms of popcorn boxes. "Look at that, boys," called Big Boris. "Those little squirts think they could get the Cheddar Cup back from us in a hockey game." He roared with laughter. The others laughed even louder. Benny's blood boiled. He stamped his foot, forgetting he was wearing skates. His feet flew out from under him and he landed on the seat of his pants. Quickly he stood up and dusted himself off. He shook his fist at Big Boris. "We will get it back," he shouted. "One way or another, the cup belongs to us." "Try and prove it," sneered Big Boris. He stood up and flipped the banana peel onto the ice. It landed behind Figaro, who was practicing figure eights backwards. Figaro backed into the peel and did a double flip. He lay still on the ice. Benny and Pepe rushed over. "Are you all right, Fig?" asked Benny. "Mon Dieu, speak to us," Pepe begged. "I can't," murmured Figaro. Slowly he opened one eye and then the other. He rubbed his side. "Oh, just a few bruises. No broken bones." Figaro struggled to a sitting position. The others helped him to his feet. There was another loud burst of laughter from the stands. "Challenge us to the Cheddar Cup, will you?" Big Boris taunted. "Maybe we will give you a chance to try to win it back after all." He doubled over, holding his sides. His blood-curdling laughter echoed through the huge building. "It's our cup," he whispered. "It's our cup," Benny whispered fiercely. "We're not going to wait to win it back from the rats. We're going to heist it. I can hardly wait till tomorrow night."